I think one of the most fun parts about street skating is the adventure aspect of it. You know, you're going out with your friends, like you're going around to new places, new spots, and you're like being creative at these places, and it's really an adventure, and it's fun. You know, I think everybody should have something in their lives where they're having fun, like doing what they love to do, and you really like feel free when you're doing it. Street skating literally is skateboarding in the streets, at street spots, not at skate parks. And why we street skate, why it's so important to us as skateboarders, is because when you're getting footage of yourself skateboarding for a video part, you do it at street spots, not at a skate park. And it's really just kind of how it is, and I think that's just how it should be.
Like street skating, everything started in the streets. That's where skating originated from, and that's where it'll always be. It'll always be there.
Hi everybody.
Well, that's like kind of like where you need to start, because you can't really have any park footage anywhere if you have a dream to go anywhere in skateboarding. You need to go out and explore and just like get out of your comfort zone.
The difference between street skating and park skating is generally when you're park skating, you're there to like just develop your skills or maintain your skills or just have fun with your friends. It's just what you do on a normal day-to-day basis skating. When you're street skating, you're out generally for a purpose, like to actually film a video part, or at the very least get a trick at a certain spot that you want to.
When you're on the streets, pretty much all you're trying to do is get your trick the best way you can to make it look presentable.
Really, like, without street skating, there is no skateboarding. Street skating is the quintessential entirety of skateboarding. Like, it's where it began, and it's where it still continues to grow.
Some of the great things about street skating is really just creativity and being able to go out and find something new, something that's not like cookie cutter made for skateboarding, like a skate park. All these new skate parks are popping up everywhere, and yeah, it's nice we have somewhere to skate, we have somewhere to do what we want to do, but it's really just a place to practice, I think. The coolest thing about street skating is going out and finding something new, finding a rail, a ledge, anything you can really find that you can skate and have fun. That's kind of the point of it, really.
One core element of street skating is that you're skating something that's not meant to be skated. Obviously, a skate park was meant to be skateboarded on, and that's what makes it easier. And it's also why footage at a skate park isn't as impressive.
Street skating is really just a challenge. I mean, you go to these spots that never been skated before, and they've got either crusty ledges, skate stoppers, big old gnarly cracks, and all that stuff can really mess you up.
You have to deal with all these logistical problems of like weather, time of day, getting kicked out, for instance, by a security guard.
At some spots, you can only get a few tries before you get kicked out.
Just like cars parked in front of the spot and things like that.
The ground is usually way more rough, and when you fall, it hurts a lot more. And another one are just people. People can be a big distraction. They could be like in your way, whether they know it or not. And sometimes, like when you're trying to get a trick, you're kind of trying to be like in your zone, focused on it. And sometimes people just distract you and just throw you off and kind of diminish like your confidence in trying this trick.
So like skate stoppers, they're pretty much any single possible way the city or the property owner can like stop us from skating.
And I mean, you just got to go there and you got to make it your own. You got to make it skatable. Whether it's having to sand down the ledges with a brick, waxing them, putting Bondo in the cracks, or even taking off the skate stoppers. If we have to put a board in the grass just to land, we'll do anything just to make the trick happen, make the spot happen.
A lot of the times people view skating, not necessarily park skating, because that's kind of in the condoned area, it's built for the purpose of skateboarding, but with street skating because it has a tendency to be destructive in nature, and people often view it as sort of delinquent or like vandalism. And there's a bit of an aspect where that might be true, but when we go out street skating, we're not doing it with the intent of like criminal activity or vandalizing. We're going out because we want to express ourselves through skateboarding in the most effective way we see, which is street skating. I'm just a dubious young ruffian provocateur in search of hedonistic pleasure. I mean, I don't know why people don't like us.
Skateboarding's scary. You know, nothing about it is really guaranteed. And anytime you're skateboarding, really, you don't know what could happen to you when you're trying a trick. You could get seriously injured, and that's where the mental aspect of skating comes into play, which is possibly the biggest part of it. It takes a lot of confidence in yourself to fully commit to a trick especially one that's like really challenging and one that you've never done before.
So street spots that have big cracks and pebbles and rough cement can really mess with your mind and really throw you off, but it's getting over that mental block which really makes you a talented skateboarder and makes street skating that much better than park skating.
Street skating is super fun. It's creative. It's expressing yourself.
You're creating like an image around yourself of what you want other people to see. And it kind of feeds into the creative aspect of skateboarding, where it goes beyond doing the tricks themselves or what you can do, but actually like building something that you want other people to see.
So I feel like something that people don't really get about skateboarding is that the tricks that you're like doing and putting in videos, they aren't supposed to be first try. You know, skateboarding it's supposed to be hard. And the things that you're putting in these videos, like, it's not supposed to be something that you can just go and do.
Filming video parts is like so tough because it's like 3 minutes of your hardest work, and like each trick is probably like 10 seconds at the most, and it's just like I don't think people realize how much work goes into it.
You know, sometimes when I'm watching a skateboarding video, it could be like of a pro skater with someone who doesn't skate, they're like, well, how many tries did it take them to do that? Or like they could just be like seeing all the bails that they have in their part, they're like, well, look how much they're falling. Like they're thinking that they're not actually good at skateboarding. But that's like not how it is at all. Like what makes you get to that high level of skateboarding, like I guess like the pro level, is the ability to persevere, really. You know, when you're filming for a video part and you're trying to get a trick that's like really hard for you, you could be going to a spot, you're trying it for like 3 hours, you don't get it, and you go back like several days. It could be over the course of like months, really. You just trying to get this trick, like you're working your ass off, and it's wearing down on you physically and mentally, and it's just like you have to do it. Like nothing else matters. You have to get this trick, and when you eventually do get it, it's probably like one of the best feelings you could ever have.
It's just like a rewarding feeling that I don't think I've had with anything else.
I think that's really like the greatest part of skateboarding, and that whole, like that feeling, like that embodies skateboarding. That's like one of the biggest things that it's about. I mean, there's like, you could say all these things that skateboarding is about, but that's one of them, that perseverance.
Ever since she went away, I've been holding
Yeah. That should be our credits.